Hi, welcome to BizRoanoke. Today we're talking about Deschutes Brewery, which will be coming to Roanoke soon. And we have with us Wayne Bowers. Wayne is the Director of Economic Development for the City of Roanoke. Hello, Wayne.
Good morning.
Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about Deschutes Brewery. What's going on?
Well, Deschutes Brewery is looking for their East Coast location.
Right.
Started in 1988, this small brew pub in Bend, Oregon, small town in eastern Oregon.
Right.
And they've grown and grown, become one of the top, the biggest producing craft breweries in the nation. So they're looking for East Coast locations. Currently they distribute in 28 states and they want to hit the East Coast. So that's why we've been pursuing them for some time.
Great. And tell us, how long have we been working with them? How long have they been looking for a site? And
well, the Roanoke Regional Partnership brought this
Right.
project to the city back in October of 2013. It was at that time an unnamed company, so
Right.
we didn't really know who we were dealing with, but that happens a lot in economic development. This project was called Project Bravo 4, and it was about a year later when we first met the Deschutes team.
Right.
They came in November of 2014, then came back several times during 2015. We signed a letter of intent December 31st in 2015, and that's how long we've been involved in this project.
And tell us why they chose the city of Roanoke.
Well, certainly several reasons. They looked at numerous sites on the East Coast, so it was a detailed search process. But I think the reasons they chose Roanoke, first we had a great site. We had a great site. We had a vibrant downtown. And we had a good incentive package that the city put together.
Right.
But I think the biggest reason, according to Deschutes, was the fact that Roanoke reminded them somewhat of their home in Bend, Oregon. It's a city not too big, not too small,
Right.
but a city that has great outdoor amenities and has a good quality of life.
And so today we're here at the site. We have a beautiful view of the mountains here. What did they like about this site?
Well, first of all, it is close to downtown. You can see from the end of the site, you can
Right.
see clearly the downtown. So they wanted to be near an urban center
Right.
and wanted to have a site that was very scenic. And you can see the mountains
It's
here.
beautiful here,
It's
yeah.
a beautiful site. So I think it was a combination of a good location, a ready-to-go site.
And talk a little bit about their timeline for development of this project.
Well, the next step in the process is taking the sale of the property and the various agreements to the City Council and the Economic Development Authority. That will be done in April.
Okay.
Then from there, the real detailed planning can start. Designing the structure, it's a complex structure. I think that'll take, probably 18 months to 2 years. The plan then is to start construction in 2019. Be completed in 2020, and be producing beer and selling beer early in 2021.
Fantastic. So if our viewers want to learn more about the project and more about the brewery, how can they contact you?
They can email me, wayne.bowers
Right.
at roanokeva.gov.
Thank you so much for being with us today and for this update, and we'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to BizRoanoke. I am with Beth Dowdy. Beth is the Executive Director of the Roanoke Regional Partnership. Hi, Beth.
Hi, Lisa. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being with us today. We appreciate your time. Talk to us about Deschutes. We're trying to learn a little more about the company and how they landed in Roanoke, and tell us the role that the Roanoke Regional Partnership played in getting Deschutes to Roanoke.
Well, sure. One of the functions of the Roanoke Regional Partnership is business attraction. So in about 2012, we began a campaign to reach out to large water and sewer users, and that mostly is in the beverage industry. We have phenomenal water and sewer resources, and it's a great way to open a conversation. So that's how that started, with a campaign to reach out, and one of the first companies we talked to was was Deschutes. And I think Deschutes had it down, down the list of expansion to the East Coast was something they were starting to think about. Right. But because we were able to establish a relationship with them early on, it really led to other things. I met with them at the Great American Beer Festival in Denver later in 2012, and then we kind of just began a dialogue where we worked together.
So that's really behind the scenes and what we don't know about. When did this begin?
2012 is when we had the first conversation. So this is a 4-year process leading to a great day now in 2016.
Well, tell us what other communities they looked at when considering East Coast.
Sure. They looked, I think, from South Carolina to Virginia generally. Of course, the big competition was Asheville. Right. Asheville is Beer City and has been a magnet for Sierra Nevada, for New Belgium, and a host of smaller kind of homegrown breweries. And Oscar Blues is another one that established an East Coaster. So that was formidable competition. But they also looked in South Carolina, Greenville and Charleston, and in other places in Virginia as well.
All great spots, but they chose us.
Right.
So what do they like about the Roanoke region?
I think that they found a cultural match. They're from Bend, Oregon. Right. Bend, Oregon is a very outdoors-oriented community. Mm-hmm. It has a history following a kind of a parallel path to the Roanoke region, right, that it began as a lumbering town, just as we began as a railroad town, and it has evolved into something, quite different in the 21st century. And I think that it's a story that matched Roanoke's, and the cultural fit with so many outdoor activities. That is a corporate kind of value. Their people are involved in all kinds of outdoor sports. They have a cyclocross team, for example, and they found that this was somewhere that they felt comfortable. Something I've learned over my years in economic development, 25 years, is that people like to be somewhere that feels comfortable to them. Yeah, that feels like home. And Deschutes was really a very good cultural fit.
Well, I know you all have worked very hard on this, and we're very excited. Talk to us a little bit about the economic impact the brewery will have on the Roanoke region.
Sure. The investment is $85 million. Right. That's in real estate and equipment, and it's 108 jobs. We run a program called IMPLAN, which is the standard in evaluating economic impact, but that's more than $200 million per year at full operation that it will have an economic impact across the region, not just limited to Roanoke City, but everywhere. And so those 108 jobs turn into 400 more of indirect and induced jobs that can be from a supplier to a retail establishment where the people that work there or are impacted economically will spend their money.
So a great multiplier effect.
Exactly. Exactly.
If individuals want to learn more about the Roanoke Regional Partnership, how can they get in touch with you all?
Well, the best gateway is our website, RVTV.org, and we actually do have a page on there that gives the whole history of the Deschutes recruitment.
Oh,
and it's pretty interesting to see what happened and how the city of Roanoke and the Roanoke Regional Partnership worked together on this project. So Roanoke.org is the best gateway to learn more about the partnership and to contact us.
It's a great website, so everyone take a look. And thank you so much for being with us today. We appreciate your time.
I appreciate the opportunity,
Thank
Lisa.
you, Beth, and we'll be right back. Hi, welcome back. We are with Michael Gallagher. Michael is responsible for setting up the Facebook page, Deschutes to Roanoke. Hi, Michael.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being with us today and for all your hard work. So we're talking about Deschutes today, and tell us about your initiative, the Deschutes to Roanoke initiative that you took upon yourself and the results of that.
Well, actually, it all started by wanting to give Roanoke a voice, and I think a lot of people within the valley think that their opinions or voice isn't always heard, and this was a way of getting everybody rallying together and to be heard throughout not only the Roanoke Valley but possibly throughout the state.
And did the company, do you feel like they listened to what you were doing?
Obviously, they took upon themselves to start following. So
Right.
yes, it did give them direct access to the community itself. I think a lot of people can actually talk about what kind of community we have within the Roanoke Valley, but until actually people see it, that's a different story. And even Mr. Gary Fish said himself that it's about the people. And that, I think, was a big drive to reinforce their decision and to cement their final decision to come to the Roanoke Valley.
Right. And now Gary Fish is the CEO, so
Yes.
you did have conversations with him.
Yes.
And you also worked a little bit with the Roanoke Regional Partnership on the initiative. Is that correct?
Yes, that was a great relationship, but because of the non-disclosure agreements,
Right.
they had to balance things out a little bit. I did reach out for them with some of the media interviews that I was doing to kind of get direction of what they would like to see, and to not disclose any information about Deschutes, of course.
Right.
But they did give me some talking points about the Roanoke Valley, Roanoke City, and what it would mean for Deschutes to come here.
Right. And what does it mean for Deschutes to come here? What will the impact on Roanoke be, do you think?
I hope that people realize, this is just not another brewery coming to town. I mean, this is the 7th largest craft brewery in the nation.
Right.
This is something that is going to be an East Coast distribution facility, so we are the hub of the East Coast for Deschutes Brewery.
Right.
And then just the direct tourism aspect of things. People travel all over the country to go to Oregon to visit Deschutes.
Right.
Now they don't have to go from New York to Oregon or from the East Coast to Oregon. They can actually come to Roanoke. That's a lot of tourists coming into town. That's a lot of money being spent within our economy. It also brings jobs, and it's a prestige factor. I think we've made a lot of noise that has traveled throughout the state and beyond, throughout the nation, across the nation, and I think other people will start looking at Roanoke and say, what's going on there? So I think that it is going to mean a lot to the valley, and we're seeing a different kind of feel within the air here.
Right. Well, thank you for what you have done. It's been phenomenal. And if individuals have questions about joining Deschutes to Roanoke Facebook page, how can they do that?
They can actually just go to the Facebook page, Deschutes to Roanoke, spell everything out, but it is with a 2, not a T-O.
Okay.
And they can just hit like. And we are in the process now of because they have come, the campaign is over, but they are coming back in August, and they are going to have their street pub here.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing is what we can ask for this initiative for the campaign is to continue promoting Roanoke Valley and supporting Deschutes when they come back, and then when distribution gets here, the more that we can sell, or the more that they can sell, and we support them and participate, then the better it will be, and possibly quicker they might get here.
Which is great.
Which will be wonderful.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time today.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And we'll be right back. If you'd like more information about the City of Roanoke Department of Economic Development or Deschutes, please give me a call. My name is Lisa Soltis. My email address is lisa.soltis@roanokeva.gov, or you may reach me by telephone at 540-853-1694. Thank you.